Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Mic check, 1 2 1 2. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Welcome to The Den. If you're not familiar with The Den is the best conversation on the entire internet. You can search high and low, and you'll never find a better show. I am your host, Sir Ed Honcho. And you say, well, Honcho, you sound a little braggadocious there, saying it's the best show on the internet. What makes you so confident about that? Well, because we have the best people watching. The best folks in the chat, the best folks watching at home silently. I always wonder about those people. The ones who never really like being in the chat, and then every now and then you'll kind of see somebody pop in, like we had a call the other day, or things like that. That's always very interesting to me. Shout out to those who just watch, chill, and just enjoy the nonsense. But let's see who we have joining us today. And it's been a long time, right? So we've been going good about a week or so. It's Talking Dirty After Dark. We haven't done one of these in quite some time. When it was Sunday Night Confessions, Talking Dirty After Dark on Fridays. Tuesdays used to be the beef days. But, so we'll get into that, and we'll get into tonight's topic and why I chose tonight's topic, because I think everyone could benefit from it just a little bit, right? All right, let's see what we got here. The lovely Miss Sarah Lou, how are you, ma'am? I hope you're having a wonderful day. D, I'm up 2 nights in a row, Gamma. How are you doing this evening, ma'am? Mia, MIA, what's the motherfucking deal? Marie Lovely. I gotta get used to some of the name adjustments. I guess YouTube did like a thing with the usernames. I don't know what they're becoming now. And so I have to adjust to, some folks who had different names having new names. It's weird. But Simply Deep, what's the motherfucking deal? Jack Triple the motherfucking pimp, what's the motherfucking deal? Jason S, formerly known as Dr. Rabbit. Oh, very loud? Okay, well, I guess I'll turn it down a little. I have to change that between scenes. Heidi the hater in the building. See, Heidi, that's where you mess up, right? See, this is where you mess up, Heidi, right? Is because you delete the messages. Then I realize something is awry, and that's when I notice stuff. Because half the time there's so much stuff going on, it's all over the place. Oh, I know, I can see it. Heidi, the hater. Anyway, I hope you all have your drinks this evening. We should have some fun. I'm expecting the ladies to call in, and I don't want to hear any nonsense, right? See, when everything looks normal, that's what I've noticed about myself. People, he's going to go on a tangent. When things are normal and going as they should, I'm kind of like oblivious to shit. But when I see things get all out of place, I'm not OCD, because I definitely don't clean up like I need to. That's when I start noticing shit. Cassie Cage in the building, Cold Classic Cage. How are you doing this evening? Let's see. If I missed you, I ain't dish you. I promise. Cookies and milk. Let's see. So, the topic tonight, right? Talking Dirty After Dark. We're grown folks in here. We should all be grown folks. If you're not, you need to have some warm milk and go to bed. But tonight's topic is the rarest Pokemon. Russell Flowers, what's the motherfucking deal? Doing well. The rarest Pokemon, the female orgasm, right? And I think it's a very, very interesting topic because there's a few things around it. I got to pardon me because I'm looking for something. It's been one of those days. Okay, yeah. There's a few things around it that we need to discuss. And if you're wondering what I am drinking, Tres Generaciones. So the suggestion that Miss Sarah made yesterday, one. Milk is probably poisonous too nowadays. Who knows? I still drink it occasionally. But yeah, so the reason why I said that, because I think it's a very interesting thing. There's a lot that goes on with the female orgasm, because I want to talk about understanding it, or them, and then do men even really care, right? Is this a thing that men even do? Do men give a damn if their old lady gets off on it? Well, not even their old lady, I guess. It depends on the situation. But do men give a damn if their partners get off or not, right? And if so, what's the disconnect? So the first thing I used to always remember younger, and I'm hoping maybe as society has changed, things have changed, in a sense, right? Because I'm not saying go out there and, hoe bag it up just to have an orgasm. But I remember reading something like when I was younger that it was a large number of women that had never had an orgasm, right? And I'm like, that's a crazy sounding thing to be, you know what I mean? But I'm wondering if that, I guess if it meant like with, through stimulation with a partner, because women got all the fucking like toys and shit, right? The whole, they blame men. So we blame men for the sex industry and adult educational entertainment and all that stuff, right? Oh, it's men. It's not. It's really the women, right? It's really the women. You know what I'm saying? It's really the women who are keeping the sex industry afloat, right? Oh, she says you have a pain kink or something going on there. Of course, well, you're German, so that explains enough. Scheiße. But like, think about it. All the fucking toys, all the fucking shit. Like, that's all women shit. Y'all got like Transformer style vibrators and shit. Motherfuckers do all kinds of shit. Got animal names to them to make it sound good. These are machines, right? And let's be honest. I don't know. I don't know the statistics. I believe that a large number of women own or have owned some sort of electronic or battery operated, I guess that counts, device, right? You sell vibrators at HEB. HEB is the greatest place on earth, right? That's why there's hoes everywhere, boy. You know what I'm saying? That's what y'all selling vibrators. I should have known. That's the secret. That's why there's hoes always at HEB. Because HEB's out there selling vibrators. Giving an orgasm outside, but we're going to talk about that too, because that's important. I had a pen, and I don't know what I did with it, so that's going to not going to work for me. But anyway, so they talk about, so like, I don't understand. One, is this a situation that they created amongst themselves? Is it really that difficult for a woman to achieve that status of having an orgasm that you need a machine to do the fucking shit? That's why you work there. Terrible. But yeah, like, you need a machine. Like, have you seen these things? They're very complicated stuff. Okay, I know I'm not the only person who occasionally watches adult educational entertainment, and sometimes you venture into a rabbit hole and you're like, I don't know how I got here. This is the most disgusting shit I've ever seen, but let me see some more for study. But there's a machine, like literal machine. Like, we used to talk about the robots, right? We made a big deal about the sex robots. That's cool. That's fine and dandy for dudes. But women they've had sex robots for like decades, right? For decades. And they just come in a small, compact size. So again, the real freaks are the women. I guess dudes have just been starting to get some toys. You got some of the other weird shit, but I feel like percentage-wise, more women own sex toys than men do. Random looker already. It's a great name. So I really believe this percentage-wise, right? Because it just takes more effort for a woman to get off. I mean, we'll get into that in a little bit. But so I wonder about that. Then I remember I've had conversations with women in the past about different things. And a lot of women say that they have faked the orgasms, right? And to me, that is the dumbest thing in the world, right? That's the dumbest thing in the world. And I get it. I get where you're trying, or where they've tried to go with it. You know what I'm saying? I guess it's, well, wanted to make him feel like he was doing something, but like at the same time, I get that, but then you're depriving yourself, right? So like if you're faking it and you're faking it consistently, say if you're in a monogamous situation, but if you're faking it that consistent, I don't know how many women stay and keep it monogamous, let's be honest. But anyway, if you're in a monogamous relationship and you're faking it that often, you're never going to get quality service, right? Because you're setting this bar really low or, maybe short of what you need. And so, but you're telling the supplier that this is good enough, that this works, or that this is, what you need. And so you're selling like a false belief. And so I personally tell a woman, if you aren't reaching what it is that you want, or you're not getting the desired outcome, that you got to speak up. And I know someone, you don't want to hurt his feelings, and I get that, I guess. I get it, but I would think that if you want to have a quality sex life, that you gotta speak up. You gotta say something. You have to let it be known what it is that you like, what you don't like, what works for you, and what doesn't work. Right? I might have made that drink a little bit strong. I might have made that really strong. Terrible people in here. But so get into it. All right. So from my experience, and again, I expect the ladies to call in. I want to know. And if I'm saying something that is wrong, ladies, please correct me. Right? But from my experience, there has been, or from what I'm told, that women have two types of orgasms, right? You have, I guess, what you would call the... Well, see, we have to look, ladies. You got to educate us. We don't know any better, so we don't know how to consistently achieve these things. So this is y'all's night. This is the night that women have free reign. Y'all have all the information. We can't prove y'all wrong. We don't have the ability to do any of these things, because usually there's always a discrepancy with the. Oh, that's why you like horses so much. Now that makes sense. It's just, again. But, so there's two types. You got the vaginal, and then I guess you got the, what you call it, clitoris, clit stimulation, whatever. Fucking Heidi. So you got two kinds going on, right? And so I'm curious, if you do have two kinds, which one is more effective, right? So that's where the ladies will come in this evening. Because again, you have to inform me. I left this on, my bad. Hold on 1 second. I'm sounding like a sixth grader. I'm learning my new word. Well, I'm trying to be as appropriate as I can, but it's more of this drink that I drink. Things are going to get, we're going to have some fun here. But again, so, let me close that out. Pardon me. I didn't prepare properly. All right, cool. This is going to be the night that Heidi actually calls, and Heidi is going to use her doctoral education to give us the proper definitions of the female anatomy, so that was all of us unknowing gentlemen can learn something. But me personally, okay, I want to allude to something Trill said last night when he called in. And this is what I think. This is my whole deal with women. Women are much different than men when it comes to stimulation. In my experience, it is definitely more mental with women. But I don't even know what that is. But like I say, it's way more mental with women. So that's why I can't be reading checks and I get distracted. I know I'm ADHD. I'll be all over the place. Am I making this a kush den? It's a somewhat den. It's a whatever. It's a Talking Dirty After Dark, so whatever it is, it is. But anyway, like I said, you have, it's way more mental with women, right? And Trill mentioned this last night. And apparently Heidi got a real kick out of Trill's call. She told me how much she enjoyed it earlier. So, but it is, because I think that, I don't know. Like, I don't know how it works. I don't know the inner workings with women. I don't know what makes them click, tick, or any of that stuff, right? I'm a man. I only know what I know. That's a very odd statement. But, see, let me minimize this because Heidi's going to have me very distracted. But anyway, so like I said, I don't know why it is, because as a man, shit, it don't take shit. Like, again, stimulation is all we need. But, like I said, a woman, if she can, I don't know, y'all are weirdos. So again, I'm going to need somebody to to clarify how that works, right? Also, what I've noticed something very interesting, actually. Someone who is usually here early and on time. Oh, never mind. As soon as I spoke, I guess, speak of the devil. All right, so, again, I made this drink way too strong. I don't have my pen, so I didn't take any notes prior to some things I was going to say. But I'm just going to open up the line, right? And we're going to see who is willing to have this conversation. Because I think also it's like, I don't think it's a one size fits all thing, right? Of course, you have different people who are into different things. Yeah, very different things. And so I think that, it's different strokes for different folks. Call your female stimulation expert. I'll call myself. Let's see. It's a terrible question, Heidi. I know the answer, but it's a terrible question. Oh, yeah, I'm a little already soft. So give me just a second. We're going to open up the line. And we're going to see tonight something. That's disgusting. Y'all are very disgusting people. It's not Sunday night, so I can't make a confession tonight. I might have a confession for Sunday. We'll see. I cannot promise that I might not need to share it. It might be smart enough just to not say nothing. It's one of those things I probably shouldn't talk about, but it's kind of an interesting thing. Let me put the number up here. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I did a bit of pre-gaming before the stream, so I would say forgive me, but I don't care. Not tonight. So, doodly-doo. Disgusting. Y'all are all very, very bad people. I mean, it is Pride Month. I hate you all. Anyway, number on the screen, 281-930-6652. I think that's the number. Is that the right one? All right. Anyway, call in. I want to hear from the ladies. I want to know what it is, ladies, and we don't have to get too detailed, right? That didn't take very much time at all. I guess I should plug the doggone thing in. All right, hold on. All right. Un segundo, por favor. Yeah, I'm definitely ill prepared. One moment. Okay.
Nothing.
No, yes, okay, my bad, my apologies. I had you roaming there for just a moment, but I think people might have caught a hint as to who do we have? What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening?
It's Belle, and 2 nights in a row you've roamed me.
It's all love. I mean, it's
Absolutely. I'll be the guinea pig as being a primary female for calling tonight.
okay. So, Miss Bell, and thank you for being the first willing participant, as greatly appreciated. So now we'll see if the other ladies will have the cojones of Miss Bell. So, Miss Bell, we're talking about the female orgasm this evening, right? In your opinion, what is the most key component for a woman to reach an orgasm?
Being attracted to their partner, whether it be physical or intellectual.
So you think
There
attraction
has
is...
to be a, there has to be a connection.
Okay. So I've
I
heard
don't
that... I'm
know
sorry.
about men, but I know that women, at least a lot that I've talked to, there has to be some sort of connection.
Okay. Ms. Bell, have you ever had an orgasm without the assistance of a machine or device?
Ooh, a long time ago.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough.
I was married for a long time.
Yeah, well, I would expect that, that's a thing. Did you speak with your husband about your intimate wishes? Is that a conversation that y'all had, or is it just something that just kind of played out as it went?
What do you mean, that I could like dip and dab if I chose to because he was in long-term care?
No, not like that. I mean, as far as when things were, all together, you got maybe even initially when you guys were first married. I'm just saying about your personal desires, the things that he may have been into. Is that a conversation that y'all had, or was it just kind of...
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, there was 20 years between us. So, I mean, my husband was in his mid to late 40s when we got together. So it's a lot of those wild oats had both been sown. So we were at the point of becoming a family and settling down.
So you think it's good to get all of the wild stuff out the way before?
I think life. Well, okay. Honestly, I've known girls who, like, literally 2 or 3 days after high school had kids, and now they're partying their asses off because their kids are grown and they're grandparents. And then I've known other people, primarily men, who still have toddlers running around. It just depends on what your lifestyle situation is. I mean, it's completely is from one vitamin to the next, or one thing after another. It's such individual circumstances.
Okay.
You take certain occupations and they promote sex even though it's frowned upon. The military is a good example of it.
So you feel like the military promotes sex?
No, they don't technically promote it, but within, how do I say this? Within ranks, it's sort of that sorority, fraternity kind of bullshit. I mean, if you think about it, around most bases are either bars or strip clubs.
Yes.
And the highest rated drugs are in an area or generally around a military base.
Really?
Not always, but a good portion of it.
Do you think
Same
that's
thing with colleges?
Well, I wouldn't say in college, but just say, would you say that maybe the high concentration of drugs is due to people trying to forget the nonsense that they've had to deal with in the military?
Yeah, I think that, sex and drugs and rock and roll, I mean, it's all kind of sort of the same thing. I mean, it can be an escape just as much as alcohol and other things. Sorry, text message. But yeah, I think that it can be, I don't want to say quote trill, but to what's the word I want? To go off of something he said the other day. It's like, yeah, it'll make you happy for a minute, but it can leave you with an emotional hangover.
Do you think women...
if it's not the right person, or if you're doing it for the wrong reasons, you know, what do they call that? Buyer's remorse. You know, you bought the package and it wasn't what you wanted.
Do you think that women who sleep around a lot have a lot of buyer's remorse, or men who sleep around a lot have a lot of buyer's remorse, or one have more than the other?
I can't speak for men, and I won't speak for every woman, but I think it's a case-by-case basis. You know, some of that comes from what their head or their mind's like going into the situation, you know, how much toxicity and damage they got going in, or what their mind frame is sometimes it's just, hey, you know, I'm just needing to blow off steam. And other people are just trying to escape. It really, there actually is a bit of headspace that goes into it. I mean, obviously not a whole lot because people do stupid shit, but there's got to be some process in consent other than when there is no consent.
I have a question, Ms. Bell. Have you ever had a one-night stand?
Yep.
What led to that?
I wanted to forget something.
Okay.
And it left me with an emotional hangover afterwards.
Okay.
And I don't regret it happened, I just didn't repeat it. Because obviously if it was good enough, it would have been repeated.
Oh, that's terrible. That's very unfortunate.
I didn't say it was bad, I just said it wasn't worth repeating. There is a difference. And the more two people come in contact with each other, the more there's bonding, whether it's on whatever level.
This is true.
You know, sometimes how we start a relationship is how we end a relationship. If people start out as friends, sometimes they can end as friends. Sometimes if it starts out as sex partners, sometimes it's all it is in the relationship is sex.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I mean, just going back to like my college studies, I remember one of my professors saying that sex should only be about 10% of the relationship. Anything more than that, there's a lack of intimacy involved. And I was really kind of surprised at that. But now as I've gotten older, I kind of understand it.
So what fills up the other 90%?
Partnership, companionship, just working together, whether it's, you know, depending on what each person does for a living or what hobbies or whatever their lifestyle is, supporting each other and, you know, working together
So
for the long-term goal.
How long was it before the professor got fired?
He's still there, actually.
That's terrible. Okay.
But the thing is I've come to believe that really anything more than that 10% is definitely intimacy issues and baggage.
Well, what if both people are very sexual?
I could be wrong on that. What?
So what if you got two people who come together that are both, you know, very sexual, very intimate people? And
you mean high maintenance?
Will you consider a person who's very sexual a high maintenance person?
They can be, yeah.
It's
no different than an alcoholic or an addict. If it's something that they can't go without or they can't say no to, why wouldn't it be any different than a drug?
But what if both people, maybe there's that, what do they call it, that, what's the stupid ass saying that they call it when people have a...
Pardon the expression, they're trying to fill a hole.
No pun intended?
Absolute pun intended.
Yeah. But so my thing is just that, like, but what if they're very intimate just with one another? What if it's just something between the two of them that just sparks this kind of chemistry? Not that they're necessarily going and hoeing, but it's just a situation where, hey, they're very intimate with one another and their relationship is significantly based on,
So you're talking friends with benefits, or you're just talking about hit it and quit it on occasion?
We're talking about people who say that they're in an actual committed relationship. It's just, very sexually intense. So would you consider that high maintenance, or, how would you define that?
Honestly, I think that would be up to the individual couple. I mean, years ago, I read an article saying that most couples are a couple of times a week.
Mm-hmm.
And that's anything over 5 years. Some people are more, some people are less. And it depends on, raising kids. It depends on jobs. I mean, there's so many different circumstances into what goes on that it's almost, that's the only time algebra is probably ever going to be used outside of college, is how to get laid. And when it's going to be scheduled, when you have a real life and a working life.
Okay. So out of this couple of times a week, especially over the course of 5 years, how many, or what percentage, so let's say a couple times a week, so let's just say twice a week, 52 weeks in a year, say 104 times a year. What percentage of that 104 would you say that a woman is successfully achieving an orgasm?
Honestly, I'd like to say at least 60% if I'm going to be reaching out. It just depends on both people. It depends on how much her need is to actually get off, and it's also depending on whether he's just going to roll over and fall asleep and not finish the job.
Do you think men tend to finish the job more or go to sleep more?
I think that's up to the individual partner. I don't think that can be pocketed, or that could be, pigeonholed into any particular circumstance. I think that is individual basis. I mean, two people coming together and having that chemistry, that's enough in itself for serendipity. Adding all that other stuff in on top of it is the whipped cream and cherry, I guess.
Mm-hmm. So, all right, we're looking at, if you want to look at it on an individual basis, let's take a random individual. Let's take Big M, for example. Do you think Big M satisfies his wife, or he just says fuck it and rolls over and goes to bed?
I say probably 80% of the time he would. I mean, they've got 4 kids, so you have to take all kinds of things into circumstances. He works long hours, she's got a job, they've got 4 kids, there's family involved. So when you start plugging all those other things in, it's not that he may want to or not want to. Sometimes it just doesn't happen. And it's not a fault on either one. It just is what it is.
I think
the
Big
biggest
M's fault
part is keeping the intimate part of the relationship and knowing that you're connected.
So you think Big M's relationship is based on an emotional connection more than a physical connection?
No, I can't say that, you can't have sex for exercise or for leisure, but there's still got to be some sort of chemical connection. Okay. I'm not so prudish to think that everybody has to be in a relationship and it's mandated long term. However, it's got to be something, in fact, I've heard many men say it, if I'm staying, there's got to be something in it for me. And I believe that women are the same way. You're not going to stay in something if there isn't something in there for you.
No, women definitely are that way.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Why should I stay if there's nothing in it for me? It doesn't make any logical sense.
Okay. You're right. You're absolutely right. That does make sense.
Hey, Brandon, I see my 2-minute warning.
Oh, 335? What's the motherfucking deal?
Yeah.
I see Dan the man. What's the motherfucking deal? Big M is a terrible person. Nobody wants to hear from him. He's speaking Spanish. All right. Okay.
Okay.
I have no further questions, Ms. Bell. I won't put you out there any further. You're a nice lady, so I don't want to, do too much. But, you stood at the forefront for the most part to hopefully get the other ladies motivated to call in Are the other ladies as brave as Miss Bell? At least he was willing to take the risk. Anything else that's on your mind, though, Miss Bell?
Hey, I challenge all the ladies to give a good perspective because I'm not the only one out there.
Yeah, I agree. Like you said, there's different strokes for different folks. Maybe we can get a variety of responses. We can get a better understanding.
So does that mean Sarah and Heidi can call in? I think that would be a really good idea.
Has Miss Bell laid a challenge? We shall see.
Threw down the gauntlet. If I can do it, so should you.
Interesting. Oh, y'all are terrible people.
All right, no more questions tonight?
No more questions, Miss Bell. That's all I got for this evening.
All right, good night, Honcho. Enjoy that drink.
Good night, Miss Bell. All right, thank you for calling. All right. So, ladies, this is your evening to explain yourself. Like I said, you can't be wrong. We as men, this is the one time we can't prove y'all wrong about the things that y'all say. Because y'all come in here saying some very off-the-wall things. And so, terrible. Bigham was a terrible person. So what I need y'all to do, hold on 1 second, because this is bothering me. I need to find my fucking pen. Because there's things, I like to write stuff down. Because I got the memory of a fucking 90-year-old. So give me just 1 moment while I locate my pen real quick. Listen to this fancy music. Okay. All right. Fuck it, this will have to work. All right, let's get into it. All right. It's time to loosen up and have me a good drink. I'm good and buzzed here. Yes, I do. I write them in crayon usually. Red crayon, because red crayon tastes the best. But see, here's the thing, right? All right, so here's a funny thing about me. Like, I consider myself a tech-savvy person. I'm generally a tech-savvy person in most situations, I guess. But I don't use technology efficiently. Like, I have a notes app that I use on occasion. But 70% of the time, I'd rather write it down, or I'm writing it down, or I have a notebook on me. Even though I do have certain things in my little notes. Dan, the man with the plan, I appreciate the love. Thank you, sir. But I tend to, like I say, write stuff down more. I don't know why, it just seems more convenient to write shit down. Or I feel like I remember it better if I write it down than me putting in my notes app and me not checking it for like 2 weeks and then forgetting the shit. At least with my notepad, I'll check it every 2 or 3 days, right? So there's that. Yeah. I can't believe it. Is Miss Bell the only brave one this evening? So, Miss Bell answered a few things for us, right? I didn't want to dive too deep into it. But a connection. There's another thing that I've heard women say, right? And I've heard many different women say this thing, and I find it very interesting. I think this statement is also true with guys, but it's just a little different because you're in a different position, it doesn't apply the same way. But women say that they know if they would have sex with a man within the first few seconds of meeting him, right? And I believe dudes are the same way. I think it's probably a little different, but you know, that I would have sex with this woman if the opportunity presented itself, right? You have to pardon me because I'm definitely enjoying myself this evening. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's terrible. I don't even have my, see, that's the thing too. I need to put the little counter deal in there. I don't even know how many people are in there. I ain't even paying attention. I ain't even looking at the thingamajig. Heidi's a very racist person. Well, at least the like to viewer ratio is good. I'm waiting for Heidi to call in. The day that Heidi calls in, I don't know. We'll have to do something special, right? We'll have to do something never done before in the den, which is, I don't fucking know. We've done every stupid thing here in the den. Well, no. Yeah, that'll definitely happen. Bill O'Brien will be back coaching the Texans before Heidi calls in. I am, well, I guess I can't say I'm disappointed. We are very deep. It is a Friday night. People have lives, so I can't be mad at anybody. But I am ashamed. I thought the ladies would represent and speak their piece. What? Kush? No, absolutely not. This is about to turn into a Kush deal. You talking about the fucking this is the point where the den starts to deviate, right? Y'all know once it gets slow, it's like, all right, now the brain starts ticking and things just start going off the rails. So fuck it. Yeah, pistachio's still not, you say you're trying to call me from, see, yeah. See, I'm sorry, I just ain't I don't get any service at home, so I can't call in. Yeah, I believe that, D the Gambler. One thing, right? I smell really good right now. I smell great. Like, I don't even know the full name of this phrase, but it smells really, really good. I really like it. So, the blunt from Cheech and Chong, you talking about the fucking, what was that? You got Still Smoking, you got Up in Smoke. I forgot which one had Pee Wee Herman in it. You got Nice Dreams. It's another one. I can't remember the premise of each one of them. But if you're talking about the one where the dog ate the fucking weed and then he rolled up the dog shit, like, that's a terrible, terrible idea. All right, so I think God wants me to have a pet, right? Hear me out. Because I told y'all about the little dog the other day, right? Yeah, Deshaun ain't it. Fuck no. I told you about the dog the other day at work that followed me into the damn little storage thing. And I don't know what happened with him. But today, I'm at home, and guess what I discovered? A fucking kitten on the fucking back porch. I don't want it, I'm not keeping it, no. But, I mean, like a little tiny fucking kitten, just the grass is a little bit higher in the backyard than it needs to be. All right, so hear me out. I don't want to hear all that. But it was like at a little patch of grass, meowing and shit. So it's got to go up. I can't do it. Like, I'm not a cat person. You know what I mean? I'm not a cat person. Like, if anything, I would have kept that dog, but I could tell it was still a puppy and those paws were really, really big, and I'm not home enough to like train it right now consistently. So a dog is a terrible idea right now. Cats are very rude and disrespectful, right? Cats don't do anything you tell them to do. You know, I'm a man. I need order and submission. You know what I'm saying? The cat don't want to fucking listen, right? And so, you know what? A hamster is not a bad idea. I told y'all about the time I overfed that hamster and killed it. I know I told it. That's probably the story I told way back in the Kush den. So if I didn't, but I do believe I did, I procured a hamster by some, son of a bitch, I knew it. I knew that was happening. I procured a hamster, right, by some odd means. I'm not even going to get into that. But the hamster went with me as far as some things I was doing at the time. And I'm not going to get into too many details as to what happened with this hamster. But anyway, it was somebody else's hamster, right? And this person was like, Max, my damn shit ain't still in, and my lighter's like out. And I don't have another lighter. So now we have a problem. And then I like to use wraps that go out quickly, like if you're not using. So this is a hassle right now. But anyway, so the hamster, right? I didn't know what the fucking. I don't know what hamsters eat. I'm not well studied. I am. I'm actually about to go. I'm definitely about to. I'm actually about to go use the kitchen stove. We have a call coming in. Let me take the call first, and I'll get back. Remind me, because you know I'm gonna forget what we was talking about. This is gonna be terrible. Well, what's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening?
Bro, how the fuck are you talking about hamsters right now?
Because this is important, right? So like,
how did this evolve to hamsters?
No, listen, hear me out. I'm gonna make a connection for you, right? So we're talking about the topic of the evening is the female orgasm, right? One of the biggest adult entertainment sites in the world is called X Hamster. So women go to X Hamster, watch this odd adult entertainment. They get their rocks off. Bada bing, bada boom. I've made the loop. I've made the connection here. I was prepared for this. So, you know, it's all ties in somehow.
You were thinking about this after you were talking to that white lady about her sex life 25 years ago?
Yeah, you know, I mean, you got to know how things have been done. I think one thing doesn't ever change, which is human nature. We may have more technology, we may have more outlets, but, you know, human nature throughout history has always been relatively the same.
So what's that? What part of human nature is the same that you're talking about?
One night stands.
That you're on the one night stand game right now?
Yeah, I guess that's the thing. I'm just, you know.
Bro, you're like half a vice away from prison again. What are you talking about?
What? Half a vice away from prison? That's terrible.
Yeah, bro, you start drinking again, start smoking again. You're like one vice away.
I probably got some other vices. Just, they wouldn't be appropriate. I actually got a lot of vices. I've been a terrible person lately. I can honestly say I've been a bad person lately.
I absolutely agree. You're not late. You've been a terrible person.
What?
You were just hiding it for a very long time.
I don't think so. I think in general I'm a good person. I think just as of late.
What makes you think generally you're a good person? Explain this.
Because I think if it comes down to right or wrong, or going out of my way to help somebody or do things like that, I'm more likely to, inconvenience myself, right?
Wait. Are you more likely to, or do you do it?
I do it. So I'm going.
You go out of your way to help people.
Yeah, unfortunately, and I don't even enjoy it. I don't even like doing it, but I do
Bro,
it.
you remember you used to be in the Discord when you were driving, right?
Yes.
And you used to like make fun of people that were on the side of the road.
I never did that.
Bro, you were like that person. You would make fun of guys that were on the side of the road. Is that better?
I've never made fun of anybody on the side of the road.
Honcho, anybody who is in the Discord will tell you you're a bull-faced liar.
No, I've yelled at other drivers. I've complained about homeless encampments. I've
You should
complained
go give
about
food to those people.
Huh?
Person you.
What'd you say? You said
Go give food to those people.
food to the homeless people?
Yeah, why not?
I definitely, I've done it before. I mean, I don't make a habit out of it. There used to be a place where I used to go run, and there was a homeless guy under a bridge, and I would bring him food.
What does hashtag TDAD stand for?
Fridays, talking dirty after dark.
Oh, I just assumed you were coming out as a trans dad.
That's, there's a joke for that. That'd be really, really good. I just can't set it up right now because I got the premise of the joke. I'm like 70% there, but I'm under the influence, so I can't execute it properly. It wouldn't come out good. But there's definitely something there. Fuck you, Mike, but that's right.
Do you think the old man that imported Heidi would allow her to call in?
No, I don't think so. Because I think if she had the opportunity, she would give her location and hope that somebody would come rescue. So he's probably definitely keeping her under wraps.
No, I don't think she needs rescuing. I think she just knows, like, hey, he's paying all my bills and shit. Like, I need to just not call into a YouTube channel late at night.
But maybe he's like, what's his name? You remember what's his name? Who was the Clippers owner? Was that Sterling? Ronald Sterling?
You can fuck whoever you want. Just don't say that shit in public.
Yeah, so maybe he's like that. Maybe he's like you can talk to him on the internet. You can hang out with him. Just don't call into their internet shows.
Just don't take pictures with
it.
Yeah. Bro, you know how I know you're a better person?
What?
You caused a literal divorce.
I did what?
You caused a divorce.
I caused a divorce.
A literal divorce.
I did no such thing.
Somebody was so enthralled with your YouTube personality that literally drove a wedge between her and her husband.
You talking about that Canadian chick?
No, I'm gonna let her call in and have the conversation with you. But if you've been paying attention to your chat at all, which I know you don't do anymore now that you're back to drinking.
Back to drinking? See, wait. Let me correct you, okay? It's not that I'm back to drinking, because I've started drinking. It's a terrible habit, but there's lots of good drinks out there. Okay, but carry on.
But yeah, she's mentioned it multiple times throughout, like the last couple times that I've been in here.
Okay.
But you just don't pay attention to your people anymore now that you're a drug-using alcoholic.
Well, you might be correct in a certain sense.
You're essentially a white person now.
Now you're going too goddamn far, Mike. You've crossed the line.
You're essentially a white person.
Terrible. My credit score doesn't say that. But here's the thing. I'm very observant. I'm very aware. Just may not be as responsive to certain things. But I'm definitely.
Every time I do something wild, you like try your hardest not to laugh.
What? No, I don't condone your type of humor. You're a terrible person.
It's hilarious. It's funny. You have like two funny people left. It's me and Heidi.
Heidi? I don't know.
Yeah, Brandon throws a little nugget in there every once in a while. But
see, 335 has the timing. Heidi,
yeah,
I don't know if Heidi is as potent as she once was. It seems like a bit more volume as of late. You know, more volume
probably,
than just.
she definitely got Sterling, bro. She banged a black dude. That's what happened. Now she doesn't make the Nazi jokes anymore.
Are you sure about that one?
The Nazi jokes were the funny jokes.
Do you follow Heidi on the gram?
No.
You should.
Bro, I don't follow any of these disgusting people on the ground.
I wouldn't follow me either. I probably have the worst Instagram account on the internet. I don't think there's any kind of rhyme, reason, or structure to it. It's just really, really random.
Have you watched what's this movie? That's My Boy.
That sounds pretty racist.
It might be one of the funniest Adam Sandler movies I've ever seen.
Funny too?
But anyways, Adam Sandler.
Oh, Adam Sandler. It's definitely racist then.
No, but yeah, Brandon is funny, but he has like dad jokes sometimes.
I think dad jokes are the best jokes.
Sometimes, but you're like, badooch.
Dad jokes are underappreciated.
Yeah, I guess. What else has been up, Honcho? How's life? How's life out of jail?
Life is good. Life is good.
Are you still getting profiled regularly?
Am I still, what happened?
Getting profiled regularly? Because you're a large black man?
Yeah, but in a much different way now.
Really? You have a bunch of like old white ladies chasing you now? Bro, they probably have great credit scores.
They might. I need to inquire. No, not that.
Bro, find a lady that's about to kick the bucket and marry her. Reverse this stigma that's always on men.
So instead, become what's the fuck? What do they call them? Oh, that's no good. I don't know what they call them. It's basically like like escort, like a fucking Anna Nicole Smith or some shit.
You want to be You want to be today's Anna Nicole Smith?
No. You're saying reverse the stigma, but basically what you're telling me to do is become Anna Nicole Smith.
Bro, I'm all for it. Hashtag Honcho, the new Anna Nicole Smith.
I think that
I'm good with that.
I don't think it's really even about my well-being though. I think it's really because you are that racist against our Caucasian brethren that you just want me to take some old white lady's money. Like I think
white people.
I'm sorry,
like you have to, like, out of every person you know white people are the worst.
In what sense?
Like the least likable.
I don't know if I necessarily agree with that. I don't.
Really?
White people are super friendly.
That doesn't mean they're likable. They're just like to you because you're black.
I don't care. I mean, so it's like, all right.
They're like, canceled. I don't want somebody to record this and fire me tomorrow.
Well, I mean, I don't give a shit. I benefit from it. I mean, it's not a problem for me. So, I mean,
but you enjoy the like non-genuine connection.
Look, here's the only thing. All right, when I was on the living in a certain part of town, I did pick up the little fake smile in the grocery store when you walk past somebody, like you really get that little.
Right.
It's like, yeah, that's the only thing I did pick up from white folks.
Tell me a white friend that you think would like take a rap for you.
Do I think a white friend that I think would take a rap for me?
No. Name one white friend you have you think would go to jail for you.
Like how do they have to be like fully white?
Yes.
Or like 100% Caucasian, like no
like
mix?
Caucasian white, like Heidi White.
I don't know any German people. That's tough, man.
It's because you don't have it.
Yeah, I would say none. Yeah, none.
Right. But you told me years ago that your best friend in life was a Mexican.
Yeah.
Then he would go to jail for you. He would have.
Yeah.
Yeah, see my point.
But then I mean but here's the thing, I think you gotta like play the numbers, right? So hear me out. So if I only fuck with like 3 or 4 people, what are the odds? You know what I'm saying? Me coming from where I'm coming from.
Would be a loyal, probably not.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So I mean, it's not that I don't claim to have, you know, like dozens and dozens of friends. So it's like I don't just have a lot of close white people in my circumstances. I think that I'm sure if I went out in search of a white friend to go to jail for me, I could find one.
I doubt it.
You don't
Not a
think so?
full white.
Not full white.
Broderick
Like what encompasses white by definition for you?
European.
Like just any Europeans?
Well, I guess you can like Spain's but they're still white. Yeah, I would say European.
Okay.
What would be your definition? Lacking pigment in?
I mean, you know, it's
lacking melanin deficient.
Yeah, pretty something like that. One of those woke ass phrases. But no, I mean, it's just like at this point, it's like pretty much if you're not tinted, you know. I mean, if it's not just easy to, I mean, it's a few cultures that are easy to differentiate. You got, you know, Asian people you can tell, black people you can tell, Hispanics you can tell. Huh?
It's more of a cultural thing than a skin color thing.
I don't know.
Well, there's like light skinned people everywhere. There's like, I don't know, are Dominicans Latin or are they black?
I don't know. I was actually thinking about this the other day. I don't know. I guess you have to ask a Dominican, like what they identify as. The ones I've come across, they tend to lean more Hispanic, or they feel more Hispanic.
None of them want. I'm asking you, are they black?
I don't know. I guess I would.
That's what I'm saying.
Like the color of the skin would have to. I mean, to determine that. I don't think that.
Is it a percentage of melanin?
Can Samoan say the N word? Yeah.
But like, bro, like, I don't know. White people are just the worst.
Why is that? I don't think white people are that bad. White people, like I said, have always been very friendly. They tend to go out of their way to do things that no one else would ever do. Huh?
Bro, if you walked into like a minority's household and they didn't like you, you're gonna know they didn't like you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you just tell right away they don't like you. If you walk into a white dude's household or a white person, a person that lacks melanin's household, you would automatically just assume they liked you. And then like when you leave, they can like, fuck that wetback.
So which one is better for you? Them being nice to you or them being blunt with you?
You'd much rather know up front, right?
I mean, does it matter? Like how cool are you trying to be with these people?
Well, I would rather know somebody wants me to leave their house than somebody to pretend like they want me in it.
I don't know. I mean, the asshole in me is like, I'm not suffering. You're the one suffering playing fake nice. So, you know, me walking around here is eating you up. It's like, I don't give a shit. I'm gonna eat some snacks and stuff. Like, I'm gonna stick around. No, I mean, I get it though. I definitely get it. Because I always say that. I always say, like, I'd rather you be overt than covert. Like, tell me how you really feel so I know how to handle the situation. So, no, if you don't want me there, I'd rather you tell me, I don't want your black ass in my house, you know. So, all right, cool. Well, fuck you and your house. I don't want to be here.
Right. That's why white people are the worst.
But so you feel like all white people do that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Has a white person ever invited you to their home, Mike?
Bro, do you remember where I grew up? Like, it's just Hispanics and then mostly white people.
Yeah, but did any of the white people invite you to their home?
Yeah. There's nice white people.
So I'm just saying. So you did you feel like after you left the homes of the nice white people that they said, I hope that guy never comes back here again.
When I told them white people were the worst, probably.
How do they respond to that?
It depends. You have like people like Bella who are like, I know, our people are terrible. And then you have people like Mike, what was his name? Chicago Mike?
Chicago Michael.
He's like, fuck you, white people are the greatest.
Oh, that was you calling in D the Gamma? All right. Well, Mike, this is for the ladies. You're talking about something else. D the Gamma's trying to call in. I want to talk about orgasms with women. Huh?
There is a woman, a biological woman trying to call in now. Go ahead.
Yes. But it is good to talk to you, Mr. Mike. All right. Shout out to Mike. I am definitely tres generaciones of ass whooping. Oh yeah, you definitely turned that down, right? I have had that way up there. Hola, ¿cómo está? Who we got called into the den this evening?
It is D the Gamma.
D, I stayed up late tonight. Gamma, how are you doing this evening, man?
I'm doing good, Hunter. How you doing?
I'm doing very good. It's good to hear from you. It's been a while, so it's very good to hear from you. What thoughts do you have on tonight's topic, being a woman yourself?
Well, I'm gonna preface this by saying I have faked an orgasm in the past. Back in my little wild days, my little young fun days.
Why would you do such a thing? Why would you fake an orgasm?
To stroke the guy's ego, you know, to make him feel like he was the man, like he was putting it down.
So, like, but what do you get out of that? Like, what does stroking a guy's ego? How does that benefit you?
Just kind of section on his face that he like really like did something, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of like you know, make him feel like a big man.
How does it make you feel if you don't really get what you're seeking out of it? Do you think women just kind of get used to not always getting it, or like how does that work?
Well, I don't know. At the time, I really wasn't focusing on myself, my own pleasure. So it wasn't really like a big deal. Now that I'm older, definitely I got to get mine. But I mean, just at the time, I was more focused on being a pleaser than being pleased.
Okay. That makes sense. So when did you realize it had to be more about you yourself?
I would say my first real long relationship that I was in, after I left my kid's dad or whatever, we just had me and that guy had a real good connection. And he really paid attention to me and kind of opened my eyes that I was missing out on a whole lot. So I could say that's when it changed for me.
So he turned you out?
Pretty much.
Okay, cool. Okay. That's all you got to say. We hip in here. Okay. So after that, and you say the attention, the things like, how much of it? Because like I said, I've heard women say, or I've heard people say that women say, that's a mental thing. There's a mental aspect of it. Do you think, how much of that played into it, in your opinion?
I think it's a lot. I think it's a very big portion of it because anybody can have sex and you can just go and get your rocks off and not have really any emotional attachment. But when you set out to really make a connection with somebody and you put more of yourself into it, that's when I think it goes to a whole nother level. And I think that's, becomes a mental thing, mental stimulation.
Oh, interesting. So now, I may be right, I may be wrong. I've heard that women have two different types of orgasms. Is this true?
Yes.
Okay.
I think so.
Okay.
I mean, me personally, I have, I don't know, I'm telling y'all my business, but, you know, um,
It's okay. We ain't gonna tell nobody.
I have had orgasms that I actually cried. Like it broke me down, you know. And then there's some that just kind of scratch the surface. You get a little feel, but then it's gone.
Mm.
But yeah, there's different kinds up in there.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. Interesting. So, what would you say was the difference between the shedding tears versus the barely hears?
The connection with the person, for me, it was the connection with the person that I was intimate with, was on a whole deep level. I think that's what made it, made me shed a little tear too, because it was just like romantic. Both of us was together, like it was a real deep connection, versus us just trying to get it in, you know.
So, if you could give one piece of advice to a man who's trying to help his significant other reach a climax, what would that advice be?
First of all, you have to really know your partner and know what they like. You can't just do a one-size-fits-all type pattern with a woman. Like, I'm not saying all men, but most men have 2 or 3 signature moves that they do, and they do it with everybody. You know, you can't necessarily do that. You have to actually learn your partner.
Signature moves. Oh man. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, some of them like a jackrabbit, want to pound, 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 then try to, lick it, rub it, stuff like that. But, you have to know what your partner likes. And you also have to communicate.
Okay. Okay. I think communication is key. Communication is very essential. Okay. So with that connection with that individual, what happened with it? Because you said that I don't think that's no longer a thing. What, if you don't mind, talk about if it's a little too personal, that we could leave that alone. But what happened with that? Why is it no longer a thing?
I could tell you what happened. He ended up doing something and had to go to jail,
Oh.
and he fled.
Oh.
He fled. He fled to Alaska, and kind of broke my heart. I went through the whole withdrawal thing. It was crazy, but yeah, he fled and didn't hear from him no more because he didn't want to go to jail.
That's unfortunate. I'm sorry to hear that. Okay. So,
Yeah.
do you feel like a bar was set, that is there now, is there going to be a level of expectation from that point, or are you willing to learn with someone new if you ever do make that decision?
I dealt with the heartache of that, so I'm long past it. Me just being celibate now is just because I'm older now and I have a set standard that I want, and I haven't found that yet. But if I do find that person, we're going to talk about it. He's going to understand what I like and what I don't like, and vice versa, and we'll go from there.
So I've heard, now once ladies get a little bit older, they take a little bit more to get that engine running. Is foreplay an essential thing to you?
Yes, yes, yes. If you just come and try to get it, that's an instant turn off. I don't like nobody stepping to me, talking nasty. Like, you have to woo me and get me in the mood. Because if you don't, it's just like shut down, automatic.
Okay. So you feel like the approach must be appropriate, first and foremost.
And we have to talk and we have to converse and, you know, actually go out and enjoy things together before just jumping in the bed, you know. So I ain't about that life no more.
Okay. I understand that. What made you say you ain't about that life no more? What was the turning point from no longer being about that life?
Well, my very last relationship, because like we was going at it like jackrabbits all the time, and that seemed like that's all we did, and it just got old to me, and I stepped away from the relationship because I'm like I'm older and I need more than just, excuse the pun, a wet cooch, you know. So
Okay.
that I stepped away from the relationship because I wasn't getting nothing other than sex. You know, we had a communication, we talked and we laughed and stuff like that, but we didn't ever do nothing. We never went out. We never went out to eat. We never went to the movies. We never did anything like that. And we were together for a year. So it was a year of sex.
Well, that sounds like not too bad of a year. Okay. All right. So, I don't know if I have any other further questions. But, is there anything on your mind, anything that you would like to add or, any thoughts that you may have?
Nope, that's my little 2 cents, and I called in, so that's it. I'm signing off.
Well, I appreciate it, Miss Deela Gamma. Thank you. And shout out to Miss Bell as
You're
well.
very
Thank you for the 2 ladies who've called in. I appreciate your call. Very good call. Thank you, Miss Deela Gamma. You have a good evening.
Thank you.
Drinking and driving is illegal. Don't do it. Drinking and streaming is okay, though. Bigham's a terrible person. He's the worst kind of individual. Interesting. Very interesting. So we got 2 of the ladies who have called in and shared some of their opinions with us. I am definitely off the rails, and there was something I was supposed to be talking about prior to the call, probably prior to Mike's call, and I don't even remember what it is now. And the fact that I even remember that there was something I was supposed to be talking about is actually pretty good for me. I just don't remember what the fuck it was. Let me see if I can scroll back in the chat. Baker. You're right, I have not been reading the chat like I'm supposed to. Oh, goodness gracious. And pardon me. Before that. Yeah. Heidi, Donald Sterling. There was something. The fucking hamster, right? The fucking hamster. We gotta talk about the damn hamster. Oh yeah, there you go, Heidi. I already scrolled up and saw it myself. So your input doesn't count. So this fucking hamster, man, and like I said, it was just like a whole shady transaction as to however I acquired this hamster. Like I didn't pay anything for the hamster, and the hamster came with a little hamster house, like thing. It was like cubed off, you know what I'm saying? And it had like a little tube, and it had like a little top house. I haven't thought about this shit in a very, very long time. I can't even remember. I'm halfway remembering this shit. It had like a little top part. You could pop the little top open and like grab the hamster. And at the bottom had like a little wheel and shit. Yeah, that wheel didn't do him any good. He probably had cardiovascular problems fucking with me. But like I said, I didn't know what to feed the hamster, right? I'm pretty sure I could have went to any pet store and just got appropriate hamster food. But this is when I was a real partaker, not like the wuss I am now. But this is when I used to really partake, and I was too lazy to do that. I'd rather, sit around and watch Adult Swim and shit like that. So I would feed the hamster whatever various bits of food that I was eating, like tater tots and shit like that, pieces of burger. But the fucking hamster loved it. I mean, he liked that more than that other shit. Cause I think I had like a little bit of hamster food at first when I acquired the hamster. He ate that shit. But he seemed to like the shit that I was giving him way more than the shit that he came with. You know what I mean? So I thought it was cool. Like I would think that if the hamster wasn't supposed to eat, the motherfucker wouldn't have ate it. Like, the hamster should know better for itself. Like, I don't got a hamster diet, but I would think nature would tell the hamster, don't eat that shit. That's not for hamsters. So, but I guess it didn't. And so one day, I just came home to find that the hamster was, he had to have like a little hamster heart attack or something. Because like he was like upside down, dead. It wasn't like just curled in the corner, I'm old and I died hamster type situation. I think it was a relatively young hamster. I don't know. But yeah, it was probably gruesome. Matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, I think he suffered a little bit. So I must say he might have still been partially alive. Squeaked it out for a while. I can't remember. It could have been a rat I saw get choked out by a snake or something. Who knows? So, yeah, that happened. Hamster breeder on missing that is hilarious. So yeah, I mean that's what happened with the hamster. I don't even know how the hamster story got involved because nobody was calling in. So yeah, there's that. Yeah, I'm probably pretty loaded off that fucking drink. Well, don't go the route of the hamster is basically the moral of the story. So it's like, I'm telling y'all not to eat bullshit. I'm really like, this is a helpful fucking story I just gave y'all. Y'all got to learn how to take the fucking parable and model, your life after it to get the lesson of don't get mad at me. Shit, I'm trying to tell you how to, do better for your fucking self. Don't eat a bunch of bullshit and you won't kill over like the fucking hamster, right? Because you can run on the wheel, but if your diet sucks, doesn't matter. You're still gonna fucking kill over and croak. So that's a fucking hamster life lesson. That was the whole point of the damn story. So y'all aren't getting the context of this shit. That's the problem right there. Fucking hamsters. Yeah. So anyway, there's that. Give me just one moment. My apologies. Uh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Just had to just had to secure the premises. Wow, that's racism to the fucking fullest. Yeah. So anyway, like I said, I'm telling y'all, don't fucking eat shitty, and you won't be like the hamster. So again, right? And again, I don't know. Different strokes for different folks. Different women get off on different things. And that was why I was hoping that, we could have various women call in. But again, these ladies want to play odd today. But it's not like we're very deep either way. So, and I think, Mike probably ran everybody off. Honestly, let's just be honest. Anytime Mike comes around, people are like, fuck it. Mike's here. It's not going to be any fun. Let's just leave. So, there's that. Do I read text? Occasionally. I occasionally do. All right. So connection is always key because if it's a hookup, it's the same thing as jerking off or using a Hill Country Fair vibrator. What the fuck is a Hill Country Fair vibrator? Like I know what Hill Country Fair is, right? And I know what a vibrator is. But like I didn't know that this brand also supplied vibes. If you do it with someone who you have a connection with, then that's all it takes. I don't know. I think you could have a connection with someone, like maybe on an attraction level, but maybe just the bed, maybe just some incompatibilities going on there. You know what I'm saying? Like again, like I said, different strokes for different folks. Some things, what's good for I'm gonna start just using random phrases that don't apply to anything right now because I'm definitely, I definitely probably took, how big is this thing? Oh wow, I didn't even put a dent in this shit. Yeah, I've definitely, this stuff is definitely pretty good. So yeah, he's not funny anymore. I haven't been watching him. I don't watch this stuff like, gets like dwindled down to the last few contestants on the game show. I just want to see like, okay, this guy and that guy. I watched like the last couple of debates, but for the most part, I don't know. I don't give a shit. It's gonna be. I mean, it doesn't matter at this point. It's a wrap. I'm trying not to go. It's Friday, right? We'll save it for Monday, maybe. And I'll talk about what America's doomed. Everything's going down the fucking drain. But we'll save that for another time. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Nobody want to call in. Well, again, I give it to Miss Bell. She started off. Shout out to D the Gamma. Mike's call was kind of ladylike. I mean, so I don't know how much that counts. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't know if that counts or not, but no, you're good. Yeah, I definitely shouldn't consume that much before a damn stream. So, like the female orgasm, what's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening?
What's up, man?
What's going on, Dan? Man, how you doing this evening, sir?
I'm doing all right, bro. Doing all right.
Mm-hmm. Do you care about female orgasms at all, Dan?
Yeah.
You think that?
Yeah, I think that's a sign you're doing a good job, right? I mean, I would
Yeah.
assume so. I mean, yeah.
Mhm. What do you think about women who fake orgasms?
I think they're doing themselves a disservice. Be honest about the shit, you know.
I concur. I concur.
Because unless you tell me something, how am I supposed to know you had one? You know what I'm saying? Your legs quivering, getting all wet and juicy down there. I mean, that's kind of a sign. But I mean, unless you voice your issue, how am I supposed to know?
Yeah.
I'm not psychic. You know what I'm saying? Just keep it a buck. That's all.
Some women, and I guess I've talked to women, and this is a conversation I had actually, not too long ago.
Hmm.
Feel like a man should just know things. But what I don't think women realize is that as a man, even if you have had experience with other women or not or whatever, y'all are all different. So what works for you, which may have worked for, another woman in the past, is not necessarily going to be the same thing for you. So if I don't know what it is you like, I can't, you know what I'm saying? Like I can't channel in, I can't get Dionne Warwick and figure out what it is that your interests are. So I encourage women to speak. I agree. You got to say something. You got to let it be known. Nobody's going to get mad at you, if you.
You know what? That reminds me. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, brother.
Mm-hmm. No, you're good. No, you go. I'm done.
Speaking of female orgasms, was it DJ Envy's wife? Apparently, she's been faking it for years, and he was found out randomly, like on live TV or some shit. Like, bruh.
Oh wow.
Like, see, what? What's up?
I said, oh wow.
Oh yeah, nobody. Yeah. Apparently, like, I mean, I don't know when he found out it wasn't real, but apparently she's been faking it for years, and they got like 3 kids and shit. I mean, he's doing well for himself. He's on a nationally syndicated radio program, The Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
With Charlamagne the Fraud and all them other dudes on there. Let me see. So I'm like, look, I think someone mentioned earlier that like sex is a small part. I think that was Miss Bell mentioned that, and
Yes.
I think it matters on the person. Honestly, some people like if the sex ain't right, they out the door.
Yeah.
Because what you want to do, the next motherfucker will, and hey, that's what it is right there.
Yeah.
And I respect that. Now, sex isn't everything. I think trust and loyalty are the most important things. Straight up, because we don't have that. There's really no point in being in a relationship. Quote unquote. Let's just fucking just keep it at that. Let's not, trust each other with very important things. Not put each other on life insurance policies and shit. No, just if it's about sex, just keep it about sex. That's my opinion on it from my experiences. Everyone's different.
So it's kind of interesting because I take, what you just said about, DJ Envy and him finding out that, his wife has been faking it for a long time. And then I take what D. the Gamma said in her call earlier when she was saying that, when she was younger, she used to, do it to stroke the man's ego, make him feel good about himself. So my thing is, is it is it better to have your ego stroked in the moment, and find out later? Is it worse, when you find out? Well, I guess I thought I was the man. I had the rug pulled from under me. Turns out I ain't shit. But it's a very, very odd thing. Just don't fake it. I guess if you just don't fake it, it kind of wins for everybody because eventually he figures out what works for you, and he does save himself from the embarrassment.
Has it ever mattered to me if females faked it? I did have a partner who told me, like, we were together for about 2 months. He's like, oh, I've been faking it. I was like, okay, well, I haven't. You know that. So, I mean, like, how's that my, I'm, okay.
Yeah, because to me, like, that's my thing is, like, I get it, I guess, but I got mine, so I have nothing to fucking be upset about. It's like, I got mine, so if you gonna fake it, you played yourself. Congratulations, you played yourself. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Yeah. What is that? What do you want me to do about that? So,
Right.
I find that.
Now, upon hearing that criticism, my initial reaction was like, okay. I used to drink a lot back then too, so my feelings were dead.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't give up about shit at that point in my life. But I was more receptive, so I started taking my time more. I had some more foreplay. Like I think the Gamma mentioned foreplay. I agree with the foreplay thing, absolutely. I started adding some more in there, some more stuff, and that's been added into my repertoire of moves. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, a little foreplay, nothing too serious. I ain't about to spend 2 hours. I don't know you that well, so I ain't going down there. That is not happening. Like, you got to be in a full relationship. You ain't got to put your mouth on me down there. I don't know where your mouth been at. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. Straight up. I ain't catch it. Look, I haven't caught an STD yet, and I don't plan on it happening. So it is what it is. That should be a quote. Who here has caught an STD?
Oh man.
Everyone be like, I never caught shit. Okay.
That'll be very, very. That'll be a good Sunday night confessions.
I'm just spitballing. That might be good. Yeah. Might be who here has caught an STD. I wouldn't ask you, like, what's the nasty thing you done sexually, because I think people be very bashful about it.
Oh man, that's
and that's fun.
I don't know if I admit that people might start unsubscribing from the channel, so I don't know if I want to.
Yeah,
say
fair
that.
enough.
They'll be like, Hunter, what the?
Fair enough.
Oh man.
You gotta be careful. YouTube's super duper butthurt sensitive nowadays, especially when you mention certain people. But that's a discussion for another day. Anybody getting into certain topics and all that other shit. I'm leaving that alone. And I didn't mention black people. Amazing. I didn't mention black people at that because I always talk about black people. I don't know why. I just do. Maybe because I'm black. I don't know. That's a highly debated subject, so it is what it is.
No man.
Anyway, back to the subject matter. Oh, it's all good, man. I ain't worried about it anymore. Back to the subject matter. I've had actually one chick I was with. This is a chick that I was pining over for years. Right before I joined the Navy, like almost a decade later, I meet her again. We do our thing, get into an actual relationship, and she cheated on me when I was on the swim, typical Navy shit. And but she was talking about me, like we were together for like a month before I went overseas in Persian Gulf, and like after we broke up and all that shit, like apparently like a mutual friend of ours, we were chilling in North Carolina one time. I was like, oh yeah, oh girl, I was like, how's she doing? She's like, oh, she's all right. She was talking about you a lot. I was like, oh really? What did she talk about? She's like, she told me about stuff y'all did together. I was like, bro, what the fuck did she talk about? I was like, she said you were good down there. I'm like, okay, thank you. Yeah. All right. I'm probably not good enough to keep it. See, that's the thing about loyalty right there. Everyone's history is different. Like, the pain I went through being cheated on, forgiving this person. I'm overseas, literally sweating my ass off in this damn rusty bucket called the goddamn aircraft carrier, and then forgiving her again for cheating on me again, like a sucker ass simp, right? And that formed my basis of what I find most important in a relationship. And to me, it's loyalty. Some people it's sex, some people it's money. Some people it's a home cooked meal. Everyone's mileage is going to vary on that. So it's just everyone's different.
Definitely
it's
hard
like
to get the
things
home
orgasm. Yeah. I like some females like it's easy for them to get an orgasm. Mattering on a dude or just any dude, as long as they hit the right spot, it is what it is. Every female is different like that. Every dude's different. Not every guy has the same size penis. I assure you of that. And that is what that is. But that shit don't matter anymore. It's about what you like this modern society. It ain't really about orgasms and shit. It's about what you can do for somebody. I mean, that's generally what I've noticed. Just look at social media. Everyone wants to be famous on Instagram, whatever the fuck niggas is watching nowadays. I don't know. None of these new social media sites. I will not touch TikTok with a 10-foot pole. It's all Chinese spyware anyway. Fuck that shit. Now I'm in my conspiracy brother mode. Let me back up off that. Okay, I'm good. Right. Now I'll do that in an instant, bro. Hey man, forewarned is forearmed. But anyway.
So I got a question for you.
Nowadays, I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Who do you think is worse when it comes to sexual deviance, men or women?
I think, from what I've read, and now sexual deviancy, I watch a lot of true crime stuff like that, and I would say more of the horror stories I've seen, men were the perpetrators. Or you come out like real criminal shit, or just like weird sexual shit.
Just weird sexual behaviors, not necessarily criminal.
Okay, let me back up then. Oh, woman.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's just my opinion.
I'm just curious because like I said, I mentioned earlier that women are the ones that have. I mean, women are the ones, I guess, before the Amazons and all this other stuff, that basically have kept sex toys stores alive because all the toys and all the shit in there is for them. You know what I mean? And so it's like they have all this shit. Who's buying this shit but them?
The only dudes walking in sex toy stores are gay dudes, as far as I'm aware of. Well, now, wait, you got the fleshlight now. You got the fleshlight. Actually, a dude I wanted an appointment with had a fleshlight. He would show everybody and shit like that. He cleaned it. And I told him, I slept right across from him. I said, dude, I will get kicked out the Navy if you come near me with that shit, because I'm going to rock you in your fucking face, bro. Stay the fuck away from me with that shit. I don't give a fuck. Don't, just, wherever you wash that, you take that with you in the shower. And not using that fucking shower. I'm like, bro, just... what happened to just some lotion in your hand, bro? I don't, I mean, call me a sucker for the classics. On the point, when I, every once in a while, you got to do it, bro. Stressful day, we can rub one out. Fuck it. I don't give a fuck. So, but, some dudes out there smashing on the boat, so it is what it is, too. But I don't want to get caught and kicked out over some sex. It seems like a pointless endeavor.
Imagine, like, being on the boat, and you, like, smashing abroad, and then you, like, get seasick. And then after you get seasick, you find out she burned you. And so, like, not only did you get seasick, you got burned by the broad, too. You got, like, double sick from fucking with this bitch on the boat. I'm definitely drunk. So, yeah, don't ask me where my mind is and why I'm thinking of these off-the-wall things. But, yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mr. Dan.
No, Hunter, you reminded me of a story. Now, I think my first and second appointment, there's this one Hispanic chick. I forgot her name, but I remember her nickname. They called her the Fantail Bandit. And let me explain why this is. So this young woman had seemed like she had a modus operandi, a MO, of taking young men, usually black men, to the back of the boat. That's what we call the fan, to the back of the boat, where they have like the 50 cal stations and stuff like that. And she would go down on them. She, slobbed the knob, all that. She did that like 4 or 5 guys. I think one of the security guys caught her, and then I heard that he got slobbed down, and he let her go, apparently, or some shit. But then another security guy caught them later on, and everyone started diving on everybody. So it's like, the military is dirty, bro. It's just dirty, bro. If you have, when it comes to like relationships and sex in the military, I don't know where to start, bro. I really don't. Cause see, I never like came at females in the Navy like that. No. Never had feelings for females? Yeah, sure. But did I ever like use whatever position of power I had at the time to do that? No, but I've seen so many grown ass men do that, risk their careers for some girl who just got out of high school. It just blew my mind. Yeah. It really did. But it just didn't make sense. It just didn't. Crazy. But of course, that's what killed me. When I was like, I'm trying to remember, like, usually guys, I don't remember, because, like, it just killed me. Like, some of these dudes, like, they would just do the most goofy shit, like, hook up with the most trash bag woman on the boat. But because I wasn't trying to hit on anybody, I ain't gonna say my full name out here when you motherfuckers end up doxing me or whatever. Yeah. They say, like, oh, man, you must be gay. What's wrong with you, bro? You ain't trying to get no pussy. I'm like, no, bro, I don't shit where I eat. You just couldn't. People just weren't that rational. And then to these guys I saw, got kicked out for sexual misconduct. And all these people are married. I just started laughing. Fuck them.
Yeah.
I'm getting my check.
It seems like the marriage don't mean shit to anybody anymore. Like, it's just like it's a wild world out there. But or what's the rule if you're in a different time zone or zip code or something like that? It's not cheating.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah. And of course, black men don't cheat. Hashtag black men don't cheat. Remember that? Yeah. That was a big thing a few years ago, I think. I don't know if it's still big now, but yeah. But let me try to get back to the subject. We keep getting diverted, but I mean, it is what it is. The female orgasm. It's not a myth. It's just maybe females haven't found the right guy to have an orgasm with. I don't know. There is some mentality to it. Manning on the female foreplay might be a good idea. I don't know. Everyone's different. So that's why, like, it's not like everyone's different. That's my opinion on this subject. Everyone's different, straight up. Some females comes pretty easily. Some females need to get a jackhammer down there or some shit, or do some renovations or some shit. I don't know. It is what it is. One or two ticks like throwing a hot dog down the hallway. Good luck. You know, it is what it is. But I think you should be honest with somebody. Now, if it's a one night stand kind of gig, you know, then do what you got to do and just walk off. It is what it is. I hope you were texting. That's all I got to say about that. Yeah, everyone's different. Straight up. Hell, matter of fact, I actually faked it with a chick I was messing with one time because hold on. Let me explain. I ain't reading the check. I already know it's gonna be funny. So it was this chick. She was fugly. I was gonna put it like that. She was not an attractive woman, but I'll say this: from her neck down to her like the knees up, bam, just slamming. I'd say 9. I don't believe in intentions. That's subjective, but like just the face was just like, it's like this is a bad idea because you've seen this girl before. This is when I was in college. The first one I went to college, not when I actually started studying this time around. You've seen this chick around partying all the time. She's a fucking fall down drunk. And he's like, and then hey, it's been a minute, and then she's feeling you, and you just sit there like, damn, should I do this shit? I know my people gonna clown me, but hey, fuck, let's go back to the crib, let's do it, and and see, problem is like we was smashing on the bed and shit, but like I had drank so much whiskey or whatever that. Now I was an alcoholic back then. I probably still am. I just don't drink no more. I was like, damn, I can't bust, so I'm just gonna fake it and get this bitch off me. So I said,
oh shit! Oh man!
And just got her off me, bro. Yeah, I did that shit.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
But you know what? Yeah, here's where I fucked up. The next night she came back, drunk as shit again. This is a Monday, by the way.
Oh no.
Yes, this is a Monday. Yeah. And I smashed again. Yes. I mean, hey, she was giving it up, man. You know.
I'm not gonna fault you for that. I wouldn't fault you at all. You know, hey, you gotta, you're a young man. You got needs. You gotta say, hey, it is what it is. These things can be hard to acquire sometimes.
It'd be like that. I was 19, 20 years old at the time. Hell yeah, this prime time to make sexual errors. I would put it like that. If I knew then what I know now, I'd probably still be a virgin, straight up. Because only like maybe out of the number of women I slept with, only like say 3 of them were worth a damn in terms of like long term potential. That's been my experience.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Yeah.
No, we're all different, so that's how I feel.
Yeah, I think when you put that long term conversation in the game, that's when things start to get a little weird. But I definitely. Heidi has a question. She asks, "Is the Navy uniform a pussy magnet?"
Yeah, are ladies in uniform? You said guys.
No. Is the Navy uniform a pussy magnet?
From my experience, if you have some bars on your shoulder or you have an anchor, sure, because they know how much money you make. Yeah, at that point, yeah. Yeah. Other than the same kind of dudes that could pull chicks out of uniform, they can pull them in uniform. But the uniform, if there's a certain rank to it, like say lieutenant, senior chief, something like that, then yeah, that'll attract way more women. Quite honestly, not some E3 who just get out the service. No, chicks ain't looking for none of that shit. No. You better have some rank, motherfucker.
Yeah, that's what the ladies.
None of that. Especially these broads went outside these motherfucking these military towns like Norfolk, where I'm at, Fayetteville, where I used to stay there for a while. They're looking for people with rank from what I've witnessed. That's what I've witnessed. But I'm sure there's exceptions to every case. But from my experiences, it's the rank, because you can look up a person in the military. You can see what rank they are. Oh, he got an anchor. Oh, let me look up anchor in the military. That's a chief. That's an E7. What does an E7 make in the military? Oh, let's say he's been in 10 years. That's the earliest you make chief. They make this. it's already on the internet. So a lot of
Yeah.
these females be scoping these dudes, and they rock them, and that's their problem. I don't give a fuck.
That's interesting.
I don't give a shit. It's a cold game out here, B. And the dude's falling for it. I done met so many men in the Navy who are on child support. And these dudes come out starting groups trying to fight against the child support system in the courts. And I'm just sitting here with my single childless self like, good luck with that, bro. And I walk off. Because that ain't my problem. Am I selfish for that? No, don't get me wrong. I've heard some horror stories. I've heard some serious stories. I've met some really good men who were completely fucked over by manipulative women. One of my best friends, Justin, when I met him my first deployment, he's a funny dude, cool guy, reliable dude. His baby mama from Georgia, she was keeping his kids away from him, telling him your daddy's dead, all kinds of evil shit.
Oh no.
And he's on deployment, so they can't see him. It's like he can drive over to Georgia in the middle of the person and go, this is evil. And she got away with it. He finally got custody of his kids because she's a fucking meth head.
Oh, that makes
And
sense.
it's just like, oh yeah. I'm surprised they actually gave custody to him, because usually in the military, like, oh, you're in the military, oh, we'll give her custody because you ain't gonna be here after time, you know. She must have done some dumb shit, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's like that though. It's like that though. So the rank is more of a magnet for female attraction than anything. Doesn't matter what fucking, you know, the Marines, Space Force, Foreign Legion. If you got some rank to you, look, more chicks gonna fuck on somebody who gets saluted than the person who does the saluting. That makes sense to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, women like power. Women are attracted to things of that nature.
Yep,
So,
power attracts people. Straight up. That's just human dynamics right there. That's just how it is.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I have any further questions. Anything that you would like to add, or I don't know.
No, man, that's it, bro. We're getting a little quiet, so I said, let me go chime in real quick and just throw in my ignorant, biased opinions. That's cool.
Ain't nothing wrong with a little bias. Hey, that's what makes the world go round.
Yeah, now this one I try to be unbiased. You know, I'm a guy, but I try to put myself in a female's mindset, as difficult as that can be sometimes. No offense. Actually, no, if there's offense, it is what it is, you know. I'm just too old to kind of give a shit anymore. You know, if you ain't signing my check, I don't care. That's how it is, bro.
Yeah, that's the best perspective.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't mean offense, but offense taken won't, hey, tough shit. Okay.
All right. Well, salute to Mr. Dan the Man, the graduate man with the plan. As always, man, I appreciate you calling in and sharing your thoughts with us this evening, sir.
Mr. Honcho, I appreciate you having given me the opportunity to speak. I sincerely do. I find this place a place where I can vent my frustrations with a uncaring and unforgiving world.
Oh man, I feel the same way a little bit. I think it's being back on the stream stuff is definitely therapeutic in a sense. So it definitely allows you to get some stuff off your chest. So
Yeah, man. But man, I hope you have a good night, man. Don't drink and drive. I know you ain't stupid. I always chime down. I see someone drinking. I say, don't drink and drive. Don't do
oh no, I'm not driving anywhere. Absolutely not.
Yeah,
Plugged in. Yeah, that's a dirty game there.
Hell yeah.
But I appreciate it. Thank you, Mr. Dan.
All
sir.
right, my G.
Yes, sir. You have a good evening.
Have a good night, man.
All right, you too. Shout out to Dan the Man with the plan, man. All right. So here's the thing. It's been like 2 hours. You know, we do like the 2 hour thing. But I see the worst name I've ever heard in my life. Shannon. I'm not saying Shannon is the worst name. Chocolate Saiyan is the worst name I've ever heard in my life. But hello there. Good to see you. I'm not even gonna say anything about Luby's. I have some thoughts on that. Oh yeah, I'm gonna shout out my partner. If you are in the slum area, there's a spot you gotta go check out called Curry Sultan. It's actually really good. Go check it out. My boy Russell. Yeah, black people love Luby's, Heidi. What are you talking about? What are you even saying right now? The only place I used to like more than, well, I guess that type of restaurant, whatever you want to call it, I used to fuck with Piccadilly when I was younger. I don't know if many people remember that. But what? Is Luby's not like a nationwide chain? Is this not, Luby's not a national thing? No, you gotta be fucking kidding me. I swore I thought Luby's was like a nationwide thing. Is it only Texas? That's fucking crazy. I thought Luby's was nationwide. I would have sworn if somebody would have asked me to wager something important on it, I would have lost that shit. Oh, I'm finna Google this Luby stuff right now. Nice. This is Lubbock, a good place to live. I guess that's an answer. Nope, it is only in fucking Texas. And there are not really a whole lot of locations. Again, this is why I say Dallas is not a part of Texas. There's only 2 in all of fucking Dallas, but you got like 20 in fucking Houston. You have 10 in Houston compared to 2 in fucking Dallas. I guess I just saw him so much, I guess that's why. You know, Katie friends with everywhere else. Like, you got more in San Antonio. You got like 5 in San Antonio. Or 6 in San Antonio. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, they don't have HEBs in Dallas. That's why Dallas is like, that's what I'm saying. Like, people think I be joking when I be talking shit about Dallas. Like, I don't fuck with Dallas, though. Dallas is not a part of Texas. Like, I know 2 or 3 people from Dallas, and I probably haven't spoken to them in a long, long time. I don't even know if my sister still lives in Dallas. Like, I have a half-sister of some sort of relation. Last I was aware, she stayed in Dallas. You know, after that, I'm like, well, you're a traitor. I can't talk to you. So I had to sever all ties. But Dallas is it's just so un-Texas. Like, everywhere else in Texas does normal stuff. And here comes Dallas with their little weird dances and shit. You know what I mean? So there's that. No shit, they're about to go out of business. I ain't know that shit. Man, that's crazy, bro. I really thought Luby's was like a nationwide chain. Like, I thought that bitch was like everywhere. I guess not. So like Dairy Queen. Dairy Queen, right? Dairy Queen made me very upset a few years back. Because I don't know, are there Dairy Queens everywhere? Like, this is what I need to. I agree. Fuck the Cowboys. Because I was gonna say, because I've seen. I want to say I saw one when I was in South Dakota. But here's the thing that made me upset about Dairy Queen, right? Okay, wherever you're at, I want you to type in the chat the slogan for Dairy Queen. Like, if you have a Dairy Queen wherever you reside at, just the next thing you type should be the fucking slogan for Dairy Queen. Right? Because And then Shannon doesn't follow the rules. Of course, Shannon never follows the rules. Shannon, call in and tell us about the female orgasm. We haven't heard from you in a long time. That would be a nice call to end the evening. Yeah, they're definitely disqualified. Like, because I remember going, like I say, out there, and I'm like, wait, I thought DQ was only a Texan thing. Because I was like, that's what I like about Texas. And then so I'm like, cool, that's a Texas thing. And then it wasn't, because it wasn't only in Texas, right? And so I'm like, I felt like I've been lied to. I felt like I've been being lied to. See, what? Oh, I forgot Dita Gann was in Tennessee. She's a terrible person. Good grief, it all makes sense now. She's such a terrible person. Terrible Tennessee. Happy tastes good. That's what the slogan. Y'all's fucking DQ slogan fucking sucks ass, bro. Like, that's the shittiest fucking slogan. Like, that's what I'm telling you. Everything is catered to like the trucks, the Texas edition, and all that shit. But see, we get placed and we get our own fucking slogans. Y'all get this happy taste good. That's some bullshit. That's some shit like they fucking put at fucking Planet Fitness or some shit. You know what I mean? Like, happy tastes good. That's like a Planet Fitness slogan. But y'all shut down years ago. That's what I'm saying. What was it? The thing that pissed me. I think it pissed me about Whataburgers, but they got sold to some company in Chicago or something. Other than that, I don't know. I've only gone to one Whataburger and got shitty service. And it's the same consistently shitty Whataburger. Because I went twice, and the 2 times I went, it was shitty. I was like, okay, what is it? First time, shame on you. Second time, shame on me. Fool me. But look, I won't be fooled again. So, yeah. That's what it is. Man, the Texas toast, baby. So, I was still thinking about that shit the other day, and how upset I was when y'all informed me that there was a Pluckers in fucking Minute Maid. I'm still a little upset about that. I don't know. You don't know DQ. Shannon is way behind. Shannon is your little live button on. Shannon, that's what. Every time Shannon come in here, she be way behind everybody else. Shannon over there chicken pecking with the damn. I mean, I type slow, but damn it. I'm gonna give Shannon like 20 minutes to catch up with the rest of us, and then I gotta fucking man. So, all right, I got a good question since we're sitting here before we get ready to wrap it up. I gotta work tomorrow evening, so the time that I would normally be streaming, I'm gonna be out of there. So I don't think that we will be having a stream in the den tomorrow, unless it's going to be real late, and I doubt that. So we're not going to do that. I have a rubber band on my wrist like I'm a 15-year-old basketball player. Well, because on occasion I use a rubber band or some type of hair tie or whatever it may be to tie my hair back when it gets inconvenient, if I may be doing some sort of task, and I need to tie it back. So sometimes it's just easier to put some form of band around it. Mr. Mike, sir, does that answer your question? Oh, that's disgusting. You're terrible. That is disgusting, Heidi. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Everybody got different slogans, different shit. But yes, I don't know if we'll be doing that tomorrow. But shout out to Sarah, because when I get off the stream, I'm going to drink a lot more of this. Like, I might get in the Discord. I might be talking really crazy. But that shit is good. So, yeah, I might have a new addition to my collection. So, yeah. Shannon's never going to catch up. I'm not going to wait on Shannon. Shannon's like the worst. The worst of the worst. That's a real odd thing to say, Mike. Very, very strange. When you were a 16-year-old basketball player, did you wear a rubber band around your wrist? So, there's that. Yeah. So, yeah, Shannon's tapping out, so of course, we're going to call it a wrap. I was going to make a joke about Shannon, but I'm going to let her back in tonight. So, I'm going to slide in Discord for a little bit. I'm going to pour me up another drink. But I ain't going to stay up too late, 'cause like I said, I got to get up early. And it's going to be a day tomorrow. A fun day, but a day. I think I might be able to get a sauce window in tomorrow. We'll see. It's like yeah. Anyway, we'll get in the Discord. If you're in the Discord, y'all already know what to do. No, we're not gonna do that. Hold on. Oh shit. Excuse me. Hot eats, cool treats, happy tastes good. And then we have, that's what I like about Texas. Our slogan's way better than y'all's slogan. So we'll leave it at that. Thank you, Sarah. You're the only decent person in here. Everybody else just left me to be unblessed from my sneeze. Assholes. No, that's too late, Miss Bell. You're white, so you got to be first. That's the only way it counts. Otherwise, it's just not the same. That's what Big M said. So if you're not going above and beyond, to prove your non-racism, then according to Big M, it's not good enough. So there's that. All right, for the call to wrap. Like I said, if we don't go tomorrow, we will go Sunday, but it'll be like 8 o'clock because again, that's the early morning shit after that. So we'll figure all that stuff out. But with that being said, I'm finna be in the Discord. I'm finna make a drink. Probably gonna fall asleep on y'all in the Discord. But there's that. So I feel like there's something I should be saying. Following all the proper social medias, Ed Honcho HTX on Twitter, on Instagram. Heidi's a terrible person. All the links you need are in the description below. Some other stuff. I'll get back in this groove. Don't follow Heidi on IG unless you want OnlyFans discounts. Yeah, so talking to produce. Y'all be cool like y'all be cool. Don't get plastered and stream. Or don't get I have to do something real quick. Because I found this super duper funny. I did. I found this I thought that was yeah, that's disgusting. I thought that was very funny of Miss Bell with the with the little wrench thing. And I'll take that like I saw it, I think, during the game was called, I think. Or no, during Dan's call. And so yeah, that was pretty funny. All right, I'm finna get off here. I'm finna make me a drink. I'm finna get in Discord. Meet me there, don't beat me there, or beat me there. I'm out of there. This is good night. I'm going to bed. I'm going to Discord, then going to bed. So like, it's gonna be a small window. It's probably like a 10-minute window. I'm gone. I'll catch y'all Sunday. I'll probably post something random up here tomorrow and all that good stuff. All right, yeah. Adios. Y'all take care of yourselves. Y'all be safe. If you are less than melanated, don't go to any Juneteenth celebrations. I'm warning you. This is my warning for your safety and well-being, because I love you all and I care about y'all. Don't do it. You know, I don't want to hear about you on the news, or you be the next viral video. I wouldn't do it, so you shouldn't do it. Good night. Yeah. So. Oh man, I'm going to not make it to the Discord.